The reason for your living is your purpose. But vision is what must be done while I am still living. What must I do while I'm still living to fulfill my purpose for which I am living?
You need to note this afternoon that you don't create purpose. You don't create purpose. You discover it. Can you pour water inside inside well, and then you start digging petroleum product from it? It's not possible. You must dig deep. You must, first of all, check, is this place known for these particular mineral resources? And then you start digging. In chemistry, you have to dig down kilometers to get certain things. So purpose is, you don't create your purpose, you discover it. Purpose is the original intention of God, who is the architect for you. Before you were created, I know you. That's what God told Jeremiah in Jeremiah 1:5. Before you came to this earth, I know you. Even while you are still formed in your mother's womb, I have preordained you. There is a purpose. It was said of Jesus in Matthew chapter 1 verse 21. Say, for this purpose, she shall bring forth a son. His name shall be called what? Emmanuel. And he shall do what? Save his people. So when Christ was growing up, all he knew what was written in Matthew chapter 1 verse 21. There was a time he went to the temple, and then the parents forgot him. And then by the time they came, there were a lot of stories around this. No time. But then they came back to meet him. He said, don't you know that I must go about my father's business? And that's why even when he was on the cross, he said, if it is my will, this cup, let it just pass. I know we'll die again, I don't suffer. What did I do? What did I do when they beat me like this? 39 strokes. What did I do? They carry thorns and put it on my head. What did I do? What did I do? If I one of the thief on the cross said, if you are not a criminal, they will not bring you here. It's only criminals that you find on this tree. The other guy said, look, I don't know whether it's a criminal, but all I know, me, I stole. Me, Baraoli. That's why they put me on this place. Me, I know I'm a criminal. That's why I'm here. But this man, we have seen his track record. There is no terrible thing about him. This man is a just man. Anyway, in case something change this night, I will soon die. Remember me in paradise. And Jesus turned. Say, tonight you will meet with me in paradise. All through Christ's life. And that's why Christ died at 33. When it was time, he knew. He knew. In fact, while he was praying with the disciples, he told them, he said, the hour has come. Paul, when he finished, he said, I have finished. My time is up. Now a crown of life awaits me. And that's why I'm telling people, I say, you can't die now. You can't. Nothing can kill me. I climbed a bike one day, and the guy was flying a weasel, wouldn't allow. He was just going. And now I tap him. I said, you see what you are doing? If this bike falls down and crash now, nothing will happen to me. I was not afraid. Guess what the guy, that message entered his head. He slew down and they started driving properly. I said, in case you don't know, if anything happens here, I'm telling you, nothing will happen to me. What have I achieved? What have I started? The things that God has shown me 30, 40 years. I'm just working on it. And then I will die. For what? No way. It's not going to be possible. Because purpose is calling my attention. A seed doesn't look like a forest. A seed doesn't look like a forest. But it contains it contains a potential that can make it a forest. Every forest started from a seed. It is the seed that germinates, that begins to bear fruit. Your current situation now, don't say I'm a student, I'm a trader, I'm a farmer. Your current position now, situation, is a shell. You know a shell? Eggshell, where eggs are. What is inside? Inside an egg. What's inside? It's a chick, right? If it's a chick egg, a chicken egg, it's a chick that's inside that egg. But you don't know that there's a chick inside. I used to tell somebody, if you give me one egg, you have given me one full chicken to eat. Because if you had allowed that egg to hatch, what will happen? To produce a chick. So where you are now is like a shell. You are still incubating. Incubation takes time, 28 days. It will pass through a lot of process. You have to take it into an instant. It has to pass through fire. The heat is what enables the shell, what is inside, to start growing out, developing all that it needs to develop. When the woman is pregnant, first month, the stomach is flat. Second month, you don't even send it. There are people, when my mother was pregnant for the last, for my younger brother, that's the last. In fact, she was telling us that for 6 months, nobody knew she was pregnant. The stomach was still flat. There are people like that. It was the 7th, 8th month. So sometimes, you may want to do something, and it is as though, Alama, where this thing will terminate. I was talking to him the other day. I said, you want to plant a palm tree? Know that for the next 10 years, you will not see anything. But meanwhile, the seed has to go down. It has to die first before it will spring forth. The DNA of your influence is right inside of you. To find it, you must look at your bodies. You must look at your talents. You must look at your territories. Purpose is calling you this afternoon. Tell your neighbor, I must fulfill my purpose. I'm in the process of finding it, and I must fulfill it. Look, purpose was not given to you by Satan. It's God that planted it inside of you. So Satan has nothing to do about it. It's not about you and Satan. It's you about God. There are 3 pillars of findings, which I just mentioned: the body, the talent, and the territory. The burden is, what problem in your community makes you angry? That's the burden about purpose. The burden in purpose. What problem in your community makes you angry? What gap do I want to fill up? When you walk around, what makes you angry every time? Anytime you pass around this place, what gets you angry? Because your bodies reveals your breach. What gets you angry? That's your body. When I was designing the blueprint for our new venue, I went around, I looked at some buildings around. I said, no, I must do something that is unique, that is different. Let's use the Abuja standard. And then I started building the template. I said, we need these resources to get this. They were like, the money, this thing is too big. I said, no. Even the generator we bought, we are planning to change it to a Lister generator, a DC generator. We bought a generator that can power all our gadgets. More than almost 10,000 kilowatts. Big one. I said, we have to get it. We have to do this thing at a first class level in this local environment. I started day and night, started drawing out the blueprint. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what we want. This is how it will look like. We started doing it. And we're still doing it. So it is the body that brings out that thing in you. The second thing is your talent. What comes easy to you, but is hard for others? That's your talent, sir. You see what I'm doing now? It's one of my talents. I love excellence. I love to see young people. Right. If you wake up and you get money more than me, meanwhile money is not my goal. If you in case you get money more than me, there are young people, sir, we have spoken to, we have pushed through the line and they are making crazy, like that guy I told you about. I was his lesson teacher, sir. I taught him lesson, he wrote his first jam, he got 315. So when I teach, I'm a teacher. Not currently, but I still teach. I love teaching, that's my profession. In fact, I will lecture. When people, I don't teach in schools. Like, no, I do home lesson. And if I teach in your school, I teach as a contractor. While you are paying your principal 30K, you are giving me 45,000. And I'm only spending 2 hours in your school, 3 times in a week. I will just tell you, look, the kind of teaching I do is not your class, not your level. I will teach the child, I will open the child's brain, and I will put book inside. The man will be like, really? Let's see it. I said, let's see it at the cost, and then we'll bargain the cost. He has not seen what I've done, but he's already paying me. But I have to do my own work. I can teach you chemistry from beginning, what is chemistry, to organic chemistry without opening my book. How many of you know Ababio textbook? Ababio, chemistry. If you do chemistry, Ababio. You should know Ababio. I have Ababio in my head, sir. When I was in school, they called me Ababio. That's one of my nicknames. Why? When I was teaching people for JAM, I would tell you, go to page 44. Carbon is the topic. Check paragraph 4, line 5. I have that line is JAM question 2014, question 4. That's how my own was. I was crazy about it because I found out that this is an area where God has orchestrated for me to make impact in life. And so I do everything possible. When I was learning how to type with the computer system, a time came I could type up to 200 pages per day, sir. I built my skills. If I type with my phone, you'll be surprised. You'll think, I don't look at the screen. I know where all the buttons are, all the keys are. So you must strive for excellence. And that is what gives you an advantage.
I wrote my first jam, got 307. There was no jam. I wrote for information, I wrote my first jam in Ikara. In Ikara, yeah. That's where I wrote my first jam. Those days it was pencil and paper. See, there's God in this thing. I wrote my first jam in Ikara, 307. Those days you get 307 in jam, you're a scholar. I told somebody, my last jam I wrote, I got my admission in ABU. I got 97 in maths. And I didn't know that I was writing maths because all my life is medical. I didn't know that I applied for engineering. So there was maths in my part of the subject. I didn't know. It was when I went and I saw 4 subjects: English, biology, physics, and chemistry, maths. No biology, rather. Physics, chemistry, English, and then I saw maths. What's going on here? Who is doing maths? And I checked. I said, it's my name right there. It's someone that is there. But at the end I got 97. 97. There was a time I had problem with mathematics. I can pass maths. I was the best in maths in my school, but I know that there are certain mathematical expressions I could not meet up with. Guess what I did? After my secondary school, I taught in a school and I was teaching maths. You know why? I wanted to boost that mathematics. Of course, I know before I get to class in the morning, children would have gathered questions to prepare this time. If one of my students is currently in China, I taught from JSS 1 to SS3. He used to send me something sometimes. Just say, can I have your account number, sir? And then record something in dollars, not in naira. You know, $1 is 1,400. By the time they push you $1,000, you know you're counting 1.4 million. Impact, sir. It's impact. And so these guys will gather questions to bombard me with. Of course, trust me, I will go carry all the textbooks and all the questions, write them down, start practicing. When I come in the morning, I'll put mine in my pocket. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you have questions, please bring it. Emeka will bring 5 questions in calculus. Emmanuel Aboa, one guy, will bring, these guys are all first class students. First class, clean. They will bring questions and then mount it right in front of me. And then I will start solving it. That's how I built my mathematics. And when I was done, when I was satisfied, I left the school. I said, thank you, my mission here is ended. They refused me to go. They still employ me as a consultant, as a contract teacher till date. I will just go when I'm free, or just go to the school in the morning by 8. And when I go, I command the audience. Everybody come around, sit down, everybody fight. I will teach you, the book must enter your head. And then after by 10 a.m., I'm out. Come back once, twice. At the end of the month, I will just see a lot. Bring, big amount. So when I see people say, my salary is 20,000, they are teaching that school, I'll be like, I don't understand. How can you stay from 7:30 to 4 p.m.? They will give you 20,000. Then me, I will come, I'll spend 2 hours. I'm like that story in the Bible where Jesus employed people early in the morning. And then some, he brought them at the 11th hour, 1 hour to close. And then he still paid them equal amount. That's the kind of person I am. When you find purpose, that is what happens to you. While growing up in school, in my school, they used to give first in maths, first in English, first in this, first in that, first in that. I will batch all the 8 courses. Guess the last subject I'll be fighting for, Hausa language. I used to come out third in Hausa. I can write Hausa clearly because I wanted to be first in Hausa. I just wanted to batch everything. 9 hours. I wanted to take everything and go. I was that very keen, excellent. And that is how purpose is. Where has God placed you in your pursuit for purpose? Where has God placed you? Where has God positioned you? Where? To some of you are in Ikara currently. This man sometimes was in Zaria doing a program. From Zaria, he found himself in India. From India, China. Before you know, you start seeing it in Romania, in UK. See, Ismail, he knows what I'm talking about. In US and all of those places. Some of you, your greatest dream is to enter flights. He has taken several flights. Meanwhile, to him, it's not an achievement. But to you, it's king. How do you give something? King. What you are celebrating today is what some people are, is not part of what is their script, is not part of it. It's just a process to what God has done for them. How do you define your mission? Once you find your purpose, it must be defined. It must be written. It must be specific. Habakkuk 2:2-3:3. You must find the vision. You must understand the vision. You must write it down. You must work on it day and night. What are you solving now? What are you solving? I'm not talking about mathematical problems. What are you solving? What problem are you solving in your head? What are you ignoring towards your A lot of things are just going on in my head. Who are you serving? What impact are you making? If you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything.
Yeah.
We're sharing last night. I was telling her how that somebody was giving an opportunity. If I give you 3 million now, what will you do with it? The girl was laughing. I know what is in her mind. It's iPhone 13 Pro Max. That's what is in her mind. Maybe the students are there saying, it's because I'm in one local school in Ikara. If they carry me to Abuja Capital School, or they carry me to the Centagon, there's the school I went for interview in Abuja some times ago, the Centagon. It was in that school I saw children coming to school inside G-Wagons. A car of 100 million. That was why I saw children entering Tesla car to school. Children are coming by 8:30 and then the teacher is receiving them warmly. And then they are speaking for them. During holidays, they fly them to US, to UK for excursion. Some of you are saying, if I'm in that kind of school, if my father was down to day, I will not day like this. Really? It's your mindset. It's your head. You are sick in your head. If God puts you in that family, God bless you there right now, because there is something that you are here to discover, and if you discover it, you will soar, you will fly. You are a time bomb that is waiting to explode. A person with a clear purpose will make progress even on the roughest road. Anabakyo, you will make progress even when the road is scattered. But when you don't have a purpose, even if they put you on the smoothest road, on the plain terminal, you will still make mistakes, you will still crumble, you will fall. There is a bank in Nigeria, I will not mention the name. The bank has crashed. In fact, what saved them, they had to merge during the time of merger. They had to merge with another bank. What happened? The man has trained his son, sent him to the university in the UK, to US, he has done a lot of courses. But because that was not his purpose, they made him the MD of the bank, sir. And before he knew it, their share in Kenya sold. In fact, he was about selling the share in US, in UK. That's when they say, "Oga, drop now, you are stupid." But already the bank had already gone down. They only had 38% left, so they had to merge with another bank. And then the merger with the ISB, the highest share, was named after that bank. Oh, yeah, said
yeah.
Because a man without vision was made the head. So you see, he had everything. He was sitting on the platter of gold. He had every opportunity, but he could not manage it. It became a problem. So don't say I'm in one bush. Who told you, is this a bush? I'm telling you, there are opportunities here. Massive opportunities. I understand there are a lot of plagues that are befalling you. I know a lot of things, kidnappings and all of this, banditry and all of that. But thank God you are believers, you are praying. Don't relent. Be praying for it. The right government can come in and all of these things will shut down.
Yes.
The right people can be put in place and all of these nonsense things will stop. But when why you are praying for that to happen? If it eventually happens, are you positioned? Are you positioned to now drive this invention forward? Some of you want to be house guests forever, eating the crumbs that fall from the master's table. Of course, you know, house guests, they don't give them good food. You are the one that will cook the food, but you will not eat it. It's the one that got burnt that they will say, go and scratch it, don't go and eat it. Go and scratch it and eat. Nonsense. Do you think we pluck money from tree? But you are the one that cooked it, and you dare not fetch a little and go and eat. They will cut your neck. I saw on social media sometimes ago here, one house girl, they used pressing iron and burnt her back. Why? Because she ate. She was giving the child pap, and then she just carried one spoon and then licked like this. They used pressing iron and then put a permanent stamp on her back. Is that kind of life you want to live? Some of you want to go to the city. What do you call a city? A city is a place of high civilization. It's are you sure you can merge your competence once you have been deposited with inside of you? Are you sure you can do something with it?
since somebody's already taking the picture, so it's really, but once in a while you can also take. Is that good?
The pictures.
Yes, no, the
Too
pictures.
much is given, much is expected. If you are born in Dangote's house, hope you know that the challenges you will face is not these small challenges.
People will be exchanging.
Yeah, once you drink cocoa in the morning, you chop small rice in the afternoon, you are okay. Those guys are not thinking of cocoa and
You
account
won't be tired, right? Where's
and
the
rice. The problems in their head are bigger than what they can carry.
Is that it?
Elon Musk is the richest man, 3 times richer than the next, but he's still thinking every day, what next invention do I create?
Alright.
What next thing do I do? Is he looking for more money? No. He just says, I need to maintain this position as the richest man. What's the cost of drifting? Of not finding your purpose at all? What's the cost? Number one, wasted time. Living other people's dream instead of your own blueprint. Not everybody will be founder, sir. Not everybody will be founder. Not everybody. But at the same time, if you are working under somebody, you are partnering with somebody. Let me not say this one. Some of you end up living other people's dreams. You are working as a secretary. I was telling them yesterday how that PAs, personal assistants to these top guys, are supposed to be the one to inherit everything. But they end up just PAs. When the main person dies or something happens, they are frustrated forever. Nothing to show for it. Do you want to live that kind of life? What's the cost of not finding your purpose? You will burn out. Working hard at the wrong thing is the fastest way to despair. I have a song in my phone. I'm busy doing nothing. Busy doing nothing. That is the best thing I know how to do. There are some persons that are busy doing nothing, sir. Nothing. No impact. Nothing. They are busy doing nothing. What are you doing? Nothing. I'm nothing. But they are doing something. How can you say you are doing nothing when you are doing something? What's the cost of not finding purpose? You will lack influence. If you are a generalist, you are just everybody and you are just nobody. You will never be a specialist. You will be ignored. But specialists, that is those who find their purpose, are people that is sought after. How do you fulfill your mandate? How do you fulfill your purpose? Number one, preparation is necessary. You must build sufficient capacity. What we are doing now is we are building your capacity as you go back. Foreseeing a future where food was the ultimate currency. And that's what we call disruption. Something this afternoon. And there's something that's really gone inside of you. I've been challenged this afternoon. That I need to do something with my life. I need to do something with my life. I cannot be a waste to my generation. I cannot be a waste to my family. I cannot be a waste to myself. The next time we come here, we should not just see you as that person we saw last year. Make sure you are making impact. Make sure you are making impact. Make sure your life counts. Destiny is beckoning on you. Destiny is calling. There are amazing things you can do. I told you, walking around this environment, I saw everything I saw is a business opportunity. Everything I saw is a business opportunity. Every single thing I saw in this village is a business opportunity. It's an opportunity to make impact. You can bring that big dream, bring it here and it will make export. It will have global influence. If you really understand the right thing to do. And that is only when you find purpose and destiny. I believe something has come into you this afternoon. And as you go back, make sure you write down things. Like, okay, this is what God wants me to do. This is what, no, I think I'm wasting my life. This is what I need to achieve at this point in time. I'm messing up my life. I'm not doing the right thing. This is what God wants me to do. Find your purpose and make impact. Make progress. If you are stuck on the way, get across to these guys, these facilitators, these people that put on these meetings. Get across to them. Mentorship classes will be organized. We can't say everything at once. We can't tell you everything at once. But we're also a product of mentorship. We're also following mentorship programs. You are stuck on the way. Ensure that you get the right persons. Let them guide you through. So that your life will become meaningful eventually. I believe we have learned something this afternoon. We have learned something this afternoon, right? We have learned something this afternoon. And we are saying that I'm going back home, I'm going back to my school, I'm going back to my house, I'm going back everywhere I find myself. Even my farm, the way I will do farming this season will be different. How can you plant maize like this last year? You didn't make profit. It did not germinate, and you still impact the same attitude, the same strategy to plant maize this year. Just know that you are going to fail. The way you are selling your thing in your kiosk, you open your shop by 8 a.m., you close by 4 p.m., and then at the end of the day, you didn't make anything for 1 whole week. Nobody came to your shop, and then you are still comfortable. You said, I know, customers are coming. God will bring them. God doesn't bring customers. God doesn't buy biscuits. God doesn't buy Zobo. It's human being that drink Zobo and eat biscuits. Sir. Say, God will bring customers from where? I know I will pass this exam, and you have not read. I know we get A1. Those days we will write goals for this term. 9 A's. I did that in my university days, and it worked. But I paid the price. I was busy with work. I was working in Jos. We were building a dam, and then I was just doing a whole lot of things. I would come to school on Friday, go back on Sunday. I think students are supposed to be in school Monday to Friday. My own, I'll come on Friday. When I come on Friday, I will sleep in the library. I'll enter the library 9 a.m., close by 10 p.m. I'll spend 13 hours in the library. By the time I come, my name will be number 1 on the school board. I have 8 A's in 8 courses. And then my guys will be asking, like, how is he doing this? I'm paying the price. So if you want to be a great phenomenal person, make sure you are building something that will make you great. Thank you so much, and good afternoon.
Wow. This is exceptional, and this is so. If you are blessed, can you wave your hands? Wow. So everybody is blessed. My God, this is so great. Wow. Thank you so much, sir, for that. For that master class. This is wow, so much. Yes, I'm telling you the truth. Just hang up. Let's continue working together. Let's continue building together. Things are coming up, and Ikara will never be the same. Yes, Ikara is changing. We are saying this with a surety and with a certainty. If you travel out of Ikara in the next 5 days and you come back, you know that joke they used to do, my eye be pain. Is this really? Because when God is about to do something new, He sends men. Yes. So when God is about to change the entire human history, He sends His Son Jesus Christ. And what do we see? The entire story of humanity has not been the same after Jesus came. So the entire story and the history of Ikara is about to shift. Somebody say shift. Somebody say shift. Somebody say upgrade. So I'm telling you, Jesus Christ upgraded all of humanity. He upgraded humanity, and at the same time He changed humanity. So also, these people that come, they are not just invited, they are sent. Yes, they are sent and they are bringing a change. Yes, and we all are embracing it. This is an emergence and this is an entrance into Ikara. And we are not taking it lightly, we are seizing it with all of our heart. Yes, thank you so much, and we are so much glad one more time. Yes, so we've been talking about, before our next speaker comes.